So here we have our submersible camera, and it has white LEDs, does not have infrared, and it also has a motorized zoom lens. I'm going to show you how to connect this camera. It comes with a built-in cable, a remote control, and we provided with a 12-volt 1-amp power supply that's suitable to power this camera by directly connecting it to the cable here. Here's what's on this pigtail of this camera. You've got a BNC video that outputs HD over coax video in the form of TVI, CVI, and AHD signals, and also analog output in the form of CVBS, which is Composite Video Broadcasting System. So that's the kind of video that if you had a TV with an RCA video on it, a video input on it, you can put a connector on it and connect it directly to view non-HD resolution video. But if you want to get the full HD video out of this camera, you need one of our HD DVRs. It is a 1080p camera at the time of filming, and we prefer you use it in AHD format. That's how it ships. This is a 12-volt DC power connector. Don't use more than 1 amp on it. And here is a IR sensor for the remote. The remote, just sort of like old TVs and VCRs, has a little IR sensor on it and sends out commands. The only use for this remote is to press the on and off buttons to turn the lights on and off in front of the camera. You have to be within 3 feet to use that remote. Keep that in mind. So to connect the camera, you basically connect a BNC cable. We'll provide a short BNC cable of about 1 foot length to connect this cable into the DVR. Keep in mind, that's a long length of cable already, so you only need a short patch cable to connect into your DVR. This is an RG59U cable. It's a good quality handmade cable. And then you connect a 12-volt DC power connector. Now when running all this, make sure these portions of the pigtail are not submerged in water and they're not exposed to water. Otherwise, you're going to destroy the IR sensor, you're going to short out the camera, and corrode the BNC connector. If any of these portions are submerged while the camera's on, it will ruin the camera and make it non-operational. Secondly, do not try to open this camera. Opening it will void your warranty. We have applied a little bit of silicone sealant to the outside of the camera to further provide extra protection to the camera itself when it's submerged. Tampering of the camera will void its warranty. So here I have a 12-volt 1-amp. They come in different forms and sizes, but this is the one we have at the moment in stock. I'm going to connect it to power. So I'm going to put the camera inside this cable for demonstration purposes. So now we have the camera connected as I showed you. If you're using one of our DVRs, you would right-click on the mouse and go to main menu. It may ask you to log in. You would log in using your password. Once done, you can go to Camera, Encode, and it tells you what are the encoding settings for the camera. It's set at 1080p, 30 FPS. Now, if you want to control the zoom on the camera, click on the PTZ function, and you would use this zoom dialog here to zoom the lens in and out. Right now my lens was zoomed in already. I'm zooming out, and this motorized zoom lens works through the DVR. That's why we suggest buying the camera with our DVR, otherwise you won't be able to use the lens function, and sometimes it may go even out of focus when you boot it up because it's an autofocusing lens. There are focus adjustments to fine-tune focus if you need to, so if you're looking at something specific, you can toggle that as well. That's really the only control you have through the DVR on the camera. The second is, keep in mind though, it's not a pan-tilt zoom, it's only motorized zoom, so only zoom in, zoom out, focus in and out. Now with the remote, what you can do is turn on the lights. By pressing the on button, the lights will come on. Press the off button, and the lights will go off. Now again, this control is sending commands to this little sensor. Make sure it's not submerged. That's all there is to using this submersible camera from CCTV Camera World. Thank you for watching.